There are 6 stages of self-improvement, and the question is, which one are you in right now? Now, each of these stages comes with a certain struggle that you must overcome in order to advance to the next stage. So, depending on where you are right now, it is going to change what you should be focused on and, more importantly, what you should be avoiding at all costs. That being said, make sure you pay close attention or you might get stuck and never make it to that next level. Stage 1, pain. So my top 3 movies of all time are probably Gladiator, The Last Samurai, and Braveheart. And really, if you think about it, all 3 of these films are about a man on the self-improvement journey who's fighting against all odds to come back and achieve victory. And I think that's why us men love these type of movies, because it's the same exact type of hero story that all of us are looking to live out in our own lives. And how do all 3 of these movies start? With pain. A lot of pain. In Gladiator, Maximus rides home on horseback only to find his wife and his son murdered and hanged. What pain could possibly be deeper than that? In Braveheart, William Wallace's wife is slaughtered, and this leads him on the path of revenge, raising an army and leading the Scots in the First War of Scottish Independence against King Edward I of England. And that's actually a true historical story. But without that initial moment of intense pain, would any of these things have happened? Of course not. And that's my question for you. What is your pain? Maybe your girlfriend broke up with you or cheated on you. Or maybe it's been this slow, dull pain that's just stacked up and added up over the years. That was my story. Years of feeling unseen. Years of letting these opportunities pass me by. And that's the wild thing about pain, bro. Until it smacks you in the face and makes you submit, you're living life taking the blue pill. My life is fine. Everything is okay. Ignorance is bliss, right? Because without that pain, you have not yet been forced to analyze your life and actually accept where you're at, and more importantly, understand where you're headed if you don't change anything. But when that pain comes and your coach benches you, your boss disrespects you and treats you like shit, some girl breaks your heart, other kids make fun of you, you go flat out broke. When that moment of pain comes, you have 2 options. You have 2 possible paths that you can take. The first option is that you take the blue pill and you do everything in your control to hide from the pain and cover it up. You drink, you smoke, you do drugs, you jerk off, anything to prevent yourself from confronting that pain. Or you take the red pill. You get pissed off. You become very aware about how unhappy with your life that you are, and you use that as fucking fuel. I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this life. Never again will I let myself feel powerless and taken advantage of. The change starts now. Stage 2, the realization. So there's this moment in Gladiator when Maximus, he's been forced to fight a couple times, but he has nothing to live for. He's basically facing this life of being a slave forever and then dying. But then his owner reveals to him that he was once also a slave, a gladiator, and that eventually he won his freedom.
Win the crowd, and you'll win your freedom. I will win the crowd. I will give them something they've never seen before.
And from that moment on, he realizes that it's possible for him also to win his own freedom. And that changes everything. Now he has a purpose, and now he commits himself to winning every single fight and getting to that point. And that's my next question for you. What was your realization? Maybe you firsthand witnessed someone else transform their life. I know some of you have seen my videos over the last 8 years, going from a broke 26-year-old driving my bicycle around Boston, living in this small shithole apartment, just lost and hopeless. But then getting my ass in the gym, getting in shape, forcing myself to start approaching women, building confidence, building this YouTube channel to over 1 million subscribers, launching and building multiple businesses, and eventually making a pretty dope transformation. For me, it was this moment when my cousin, who knew I was really struggling with girls, he showed me this book called The A Game that was old school dating advice, but it made me realize, damn, maybe I can actually build confidence with women and have a girlfriend one day. Maybe it's fucking possible. And if you're watching this video right now, then I imagine that you are at least at this stage of self-improvement. You're hungry to change, and more importantly, you understand that it is actually possible. But unfortunately, the bad news is most men, they never make it past this stage. Stage 3, Contemplation. So I want you to imagine that you're out at the bar with a couple friends, and maybe you've just watched some videos on how to approach girls, and you're explaining to your friends, oh, it's easy, you just got to do this and say this, and then boom, you take her home. And then one of your friends says, oh, that's dope. What about that blonde girl right there? Let's see it. Let's see you go for it, bro. But then what happens? Well, if you're currently stuck on this stage, what happens is you freeze up, and even though you have the knowledge and the information, you can't fucking make it happen. And that's the question. Do you want to be the guy who has all the knowledge and can talk the talk? Or do you want to be the motherfucker that can actually walk the walk and make things happen? And look, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was stuck in this stage for at least 2 years where I was just accumulating knowledge, but I didn't do anything with it. Like, I'd watch a video, how to approach a girl, and I get this dopamine hit because I feel like, oh, I know how to do it now. Or you see the new Alex Hormozy video about how to make $1 million next year, and you get this dopamine hit. It feels like you're making progress, but it's this false sense of progress because you're just sitting there learning these things and not doing shit. It's safe, it feels like you're making progress, and that is why most guys die here and never make it to the next stage. Now, real quick, inside of this little case here, I gotta show you something that every man needs. This right here is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra from Manscaped in the sick new white colorway, and it's something every man needs in his bathroom. Look, if you're not manscaping each week, you're just making yourself look worse. Those hairs in your stomach and chest, they just cover up your muscle definition, make you look chubbier, and let's be real, women prefer a clean Manscaped look as well. And the Lawnmower 5.0 is by far the best tool for the job. It's got next-gen dual skin-safe blade heads to get you a close trim every single time without leaving any nicks or ingrown hairs. It's got a built-in LED light that comes in clutch to make sure you don't miss any hair. Not to mention a super long-lasting battery. It's waterproof. It has a convenient USB-C charging port and a travel lock also. Honestly, I've gone through a lot of shitty trimmers from Amazon. This one is top tier. I use it twice per week and I'll never go back. And because you're watching my video, Manscaped is hooking us up with that coupon code. Use that at checkout to get 20% off plus free international shipping. Just click that link in description to take your grooming game to the next level. Stage 4, hustle. So in The Last Samurai, Tom Cruise, aka Captain Aldrin, at first the man is hiding from his pain. He's getting drunk, he's doing anything he can to avoid it. But then he gets captured by the Japanese samurai and he has his moments of realization and contemplation as he witnesses this divine foreign culture that is facing brutal extinction from the Japanese government. And in this rare moment of clarity, because let's be honest, most of us only have one moment in our life where we have this true desire to change and we have the will to make it happen. And rather than procrastinating, he uses this moment to begin the hustle. He trains daily to exhaustion. He increases his skill with the sword, even while getting his ass beat down over and over and over again. He begins to meditate and he anchors his desires in daily actions that are guaranteed to lead towards improvement. And that is my next question for you. What daily hustles are you committed to? Or are you still just in the contemplation phase thinking about it? For me, it all started with a morning routine. Waking up a bit earlier, hopping in an ice cold shower, reading self-improvement books, meditating, going to the gym 4 times per week, no matter fucking what, approaching 1 girl per day, quitting porn and freeing myself from lust. Like, this is the most important phase of self-improvement, because before this, it's really all just a bunch of mental masturbation, making yourself feel good because you're thinking better or something stupid like that. That being said, I know that some of you watching right now have still not reached this stage. You're still just contemplating and consuming the content and hoping for change. Like, that's just not gonna cut it. It's not enough, and that will never be enough. This stage of hustling is where you get to craft your new identity. This is where I left boy David behind, thinking like a boy, and started moving like a man. The daily hustle prepares you for the next step. Doing these daily habits, no, it didn't make me successful on its own. It didn't make me any money, but you cannot skip it. And if you try to, you're never gonna get to the next step. Stage 5, a leap of faith. So there comes a moment in all of our lives where we have to stop preparing, stop thinking, and we have to actually place that fucking bet on ourselves and go for that thing that we want deep down, that we've been putting off for so long, but we know we want. In The Last Samurai, Captain Aldrin eventually has to step on the battlefield and risk his life for the samurai. Maximus has to enter bigger and bigger arenas and continually face death. William Wallace has to step on the battlefield as well. What are you preparing for, bro? What do you want to go for? You know you want to go for it, but your fear has held you back until now. For me, as funny as it sounds, It was this YouTube channel. Even after years of self-improvement, hustling daily, even starting a website, writing some blog posts, doing some podcasts, I was still hiding. I was hiding from my ultimate desire of starting a YouTube channel. And all the preparation I had done, it led me to this moment. At this point, I had already transformed my body in the gym, overcome my fear of talking to women, even quit my job and started a personal training business. And all those things were crucial. They were crucial parts of the hustle phase. But I was still afraid, man. I was afraid that I was gonna look silly on camera, that no one would watch me, except maybe some people who kind of knew who I was, friends and, old classmates and stuff. And those people for sure would think I was a loser. But eventually I had to take that leap of faith. I had to do it anyway. I risked $1,000, which at the time felt like it almost put me broke, on my first camera, and I started uploading 2 videos per week. Maybe for you, you've been plotting to start your first business. Without taking that leap of faith, it doesn't matter how long you've been hustling and preparing, how hard you've been going in the gym, how consistent you are with your daily habits, bro. Like, you will never get to where you want to be. The only way that we fail in this life is by not taking the leap of faith. Stage 6, the treasure. Now look, not all movies have a happy ending. In fact, of the 3 movies we're talking about, only one of the protagonists actually survives. I'm not gonna spoil it for you and tell you which one, even though I hope all of y'all have seen these 3 movies. If not, that's your homework after this. Might be my homework too. I've seen these movies many times and I'm gonna keep watching them. Now, luckily, none of us are fighting an actual battle to the actual death against an actual empire that wants to kill us and has the ability to do so. At least not yet. The world's getting crazy. Who knows? Maybe in a few years. However, that being said, it is certain that you're gonna fail. You're gonna take that leap of faith finally, and guess what? You're gonna fall flat on your face.
So guys, excuse me.
And it will happen again and again.
Yeah.
All right, have a good day.
But if you can rely on the grit, the discipline that you develop during the hustle phase to get up and take action and get shit done every single day, no matter how bad things are going, eventually you're guaranteed to get the W. For me, it happened after 1 year of uploading 2 videos per week. And during that time, I was learning from my mistakes, analyzing my videos, trying to improve them and make them better. That's applying that hustle mindset. And about a year later, some videos finally started to catch on, man.
100,000 subscribers on YouTube, baby.
And that's the funny thing about success. By the time you get it, it's not even this amazing moment. The first time I had 100K or $1 million in my bank account, it wasn't even this amazing moment, because in order to get there, you got to go through these 6 stages. And by the time you've done that, bro, you fucking deserve it. And it's not a mistake. It's not a lucky shot. It's not this low probability, this amazing moment that it happened. No, you put in the work at each stage. They built on each other, and it became an inevitability. And that's the funny thing about men that are very successful. You could take away everything they have, and most of them would very quickly find their way back there. It becomes a repeatable process. Once I got this YouTube channel to like 500,000 subscribers, I launched Edge Lifestyle Clothing. And yeah, that was a bitch at first. We had a lot of failure. It didn't make that much money, but I applied the same hustle. I kept my head down during the low times, trusting that if I just kept trying to improve day after day and never give up, that it would grow. And it's grown in revenue year after year after year. The most critical thing you can do right now is to understand what stage you're at, because that's the only way you can then understand what you need to do to get to the next stage. Too many of us, and I did this for most of my life, we want to get to the next level, but we don't have an accurate view of where we're fucking at. And we usually don't know what needs to be done to move on from there. I know you want the money. I know you want the respect and the women and everything that comes with that, the lifestyle, man. And I know that's what a lot of influencers and businesses are selling you on. But without a framework to get there, man, it's just a bunch of flashy shit that doesn't mean anything. You can't get to stage 6 before going through stages 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which stage are you on right now? Comment below the video. Which stage are you on? And what's the next action step you have to take to advance to the next stage? Some people like saying, last night was a movie, bro. If you want your life to actually be a movie, like Gladiator, like The Last Samurai, like Braveheart, well, you got to follow the hero's path. You got to take the hero's journey, and you have to earn your way to the end. And just to be clear, I'm not done earning my way. There's people far ahead of me, and I'm not done grinding and pushing myself to the next level either. We're all in this together, man. Now, if you're serious about improving, then you need to watch that video next. It breaks down the 15 laws of self-improvement. And these are valuable tools that will help you rapidly move to that next stage. Click there to watch it now. If you're new to the channel, click down there, because I release 2 new videos every single week, and you don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next video. Stay beastly.